for that. Some people are in camps.
All right. They setting us up.
And we are live.
And we are live.
For that, some people are in camps.
Well, hello, everybody. Sorry that we are a little late.
We are live.
But we had to get ourselves together. So I am here with members of my executive board, and we're going to be talking about what we need to get done for band camp, what we need to be looking out for band camp and the upcoming season. And we're just going to keep it light. We're going to keep it flowing. We're going to hit it and quit it, and then we're going to be up out of here because we know y'all got things to do. So if you are tuned in, we want you to we want you to subscribe to the HBCUADD YouTube page, and hopefully we'll continue to put more content out this summer, although it's going to be difficult. As y'all can see, I'm at school, I'm at band camp. So, we know that everybody's moving into band camp and everything, and everybody's busy, but we're going to try and do the best that we can to still provide information for you. My name is Shawn Zachary. I've got Stephanie Magruder. I've got Gary Bryant, Vedette Spellman, and Catherine Callahan, who are all board members for the National HBCU Auxiliary and Dance Directors Association. And today, let's see, how are we going to kick this one off? So it is time for band camp. And for the most part, though, guys, it's not like we just showed up today and started working. I mean, I don't think we ever stopped working since the end of spring semester, because we had to design uniforms, and we had to pick our new teams, and we had to collect money, and we had to, talk with the band staff about what our shows are going to be, and show planning, and order equipment, and all of this kind of stuff. So now here we are at the beginning of the band camp, and we haven't gotten a break. Did y'all get a chance to go on vacation or something?
No, not yet.
See, look, Stephanie grinning.
Yeah.
I'm on my way.
I just got back today.
Just got back. Yeah, but I tell you, there was no time off for me, none at all. I tried. I got to get a little bit of rest in. I went to San Antonio for the National Dance Society World Congress, and I got to present at the event. That was 2 weekends ago, and it was really nice. And so I took advantage of the pool and took advantage of the river walk and all of the nice stuff that San Antonio has to offer. But other than that, I didn't get any vacation or anything. So tell me, as a coach, what is the biggest thing that has consumed your time up to this point as you start getting ready to welcome your teams to campus? Anybody, jump on in there.
For me, it was ordering shoes, ordering tights, working on the uniforms, solidifying that.
Yeah.
And I had summer boot camp. So that consumed a lot of my time. So for about 5 weeks in a row, we had summer boot camp.
See, that's cool. And when you have most of your people who are close to the area, you can do like on the weekends and have people come in and do a boot camp like that. I've got a lot of young ladies that are in the Dallas area, which are, just 3.5 to 4 hour drive away. So, that it's kind of hard to get people to come down every weekend like that. Yeah. Gary, you're a drill master.
Well, I do a lot.
So So what were you doing?
Well, I mean, it's back to even what Stephanie said. I'm ordering. I don't deal with that piece, but in terms of the flag piece and all of that, I handle all of that. Mm-hmm. And so one thing that I'm learning is people are getting out of traditional type of flags that come with your different materials and stuff. Everybody's going to one particular type of thing. And so now, I was in search for some things that I couldn't find. So it's just kind of been on like the hunt for Red October.
Right.
we're trying to get stuff, and with companies not having that flexibility that they used to have.
Yeah.
The thing of like now, because we're still in the pandemic, and a lot of people are not working still, or people have not returned to those things. Things are slower than what they normally are. So your turnaround times are like terrible if you're getting them like now. So it's like, although you were trying to be proactive and get this stuff done months ago, it's still like little hiccups along the way, but it all ends up working out. So it's just all of those jitters of trying to get things together for, to open your season. Like myself, like you, we're getting ready for our first big performance at the National Battle of the Bands. And so a lot that's now at this point, what's today's date today? The 25th. So in 32 days, we're going to be performing on a big stage. And so in 32 days, we got to start band camp, or we're in band camp, a lot of us, and having to get a band ready in that short amount of time in this pandemic. So it's just been a lot going on. And I ain't even touched my drill surface. That's just on trying to get everything into it. But I have been in drill meetings all day with all of my people.
Look, no shade to National Battle of the Bands, but I mean, they really have taken a week away from us.
Yeah, well, not like in terms of it, because that's that extra week. Because as soon as we come back, National Battle Bands, we're going right into a Labor Day game, into a classic.
That's right.
For you all, and so it's like we're preparing, like we're literally going from National Battle Bands into, like, you all have your Labor Day classic with Texas Southern, and we have our classic with North Carolina Central, which is now it's going to be played in Bank of America Stadium, Carolina Panther Stadium. So it's not on campus. So we got to get ready for that. That's a game in Charlotte. That's a night game that's associated with a lot of stuff. So it's the ante's up with a lot of things. So kudos.
Deion Sanders said that he does not understand why we got to play these games at these big stadiums.
Some people don't have the stadiums. I mean, everybody's stadium situation is different. And I mean, we're not the person that's putting this together. I mean, we're the band people. So it's like, we're the afterthought.
Right.
We're the afterthought in the equation. Nobody's thinking about that. You show up and do the gig, right?
Right.
And that's what we're showing up. And so, I don't know. At this point, it's band camp time, and I'm just ready to see what everybody's going to come out with this season.
Yeah, but what about you? You're in charge of making sure everything runs smoothly.
Yes.
Well, not more or less everything. I'm just doing the uniform manager. So I just make sure that all of the students, of course, are measured, making sure that we have everything for every member of the band program. So for me, I am going over this week to try to just make sure that everything is still in place, to make sure that all of the new drum majors that we have, make sure that they're fitted properly, making sure that there's no issues with any helmets or anything like that. I keep in contact with our rep through Stanberry Uniforms. Me and Mike, I think I have him on speed dial to say, hey, I need a couple of Bailey boxes or whatever have you. Then of course I have to get that stuff cleared through our office with our secretary, and then of course our director of band. So it's just, I'm just mainly focusing on the uniforms, and then if anybody else needs support with anything, then that's where I step in as a support staff.
And Kat, you're already in camp.
Yes, I am. This is our second week. We started last week, and so this week we're finishing up. But after this week, we will have band camp, but it won't be as long as it is now. So yes.
How's it been going with your girls?
It's been interesting. Not bad, but just getting used to our style, especially the new girls, because I only have 3 old girls that's returning and everybody else is new. And then also color guard, we have girls coming in for color guard. So even though Mr. Andre gonna come in and work with them this year, I still manage them as well. So just knowing them, excuse me, knowing the new girls, as far as like the color guard, because they're coming in from middle school. So I have to deal with them on top of my girls. So it's been a little interesting this year, but I know that we're able to, make it through.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of new people, I don't know about y'all, but I have to like literally walk into the room like this, because it's been a while since we've had like truly new people, and we've come off of 2 really good seasons of people that know what they're doing, and now I got like 6 that don't know what they're doing, and that process from not knowing what they're doing to knowing what they're doing is hard. It's hard for me. It's, and to me, that is where good captains really come into play for me. I need them to be able to handle it, and I need them to be able to teach and to make sure that they know exactly what they're supposed to be doing, so that when I walk in and I say, okay, show me what you got, that it looks like what I expect, or I don't know, or then I might not have a good day. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Like, do you?
Definitely all the way.
Yeah, it's like that process between them not knowing the style, not being able to dance together, and not matching the vets and all of that. That process is tough on me as a coach. I don't know about y'all, or Stephanie. I don't know if you go through that.
Yeah, well, I only have 5 returning,
Mm.
and everyone else is new, and most of them are from high school. So I told them, I said, today is the day that you forget everything that you learned in high school. You're going to have to dance a different way with more intensity, your technical skills. Luckily, I got most of my girls have good tech skills this
Yeah.
year. So
That's good.
it's just getting them acclimated to the Scarlet Lace style. We try to be a little sensual, and they don't, I'm like, you in college now, you can move everything.
Yep, that part.
Move it. Okay, let me see you move it.
Look, I told mine that
and all of that stuff is
right.
very difficult.
Yeah.
So, and I'm glad we had the boot camps. It helps, but I got miles to go before I can sleep. So.
Oh my goodness. Look, I told my girls that at the audition, and because they were dancing, because I don't know how many people actually do stand routines at their auditions. We do. And I told them, I was like, y'all not in high school anymore. Like, you can dance now. Like, you can for real dance, please. So yeah, having them move from that high school style to the collegiate style, which is a little bit more expressive. Yeah, that's been interesting. It's also a good time to train your captains. And admittedly, I will say that I have not spent nearly enough time with my captains thus far. And I need to. I think it's a mistake if you assume that your captains know what they're doing just because they witnessed someone else do it the year before. Does that make sense?
It makes sense, but I'm very hands-on, so I'm there. I'm whispering in her ear when she's not doing what I expect to see. I redirect her. So I'm very hands-on when it comes to that. So by the time she graduates, she'll probably be a captain that can, stand on her own. But last year was her first year, so this is her second year. Okay. And so I still see some things where she needs, some guidance. So.
Yeah. And I have 2 new captains. So yeah. 2 new captains that are going to graduate. And then that means I got to do it again next year.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Well, I only have 1 captain. I don't have a co-captain yet. Yeah. So
how a former coordinator, it is definitely important to build relationships with your captains outside of, I know each band, of course, has a leadership retreat where it's just all the section leaders, but you also need to spend that time where it's just you and the captain, section leader, or captain and co-captain. So
Mhm.
you can, they can get a clear understanding of what your expectations are, the level of respect and the things that you want to happen on a daily basis. So you don't have to kind of go back to, day one every single day because you don't have that much time, especially I know I hear you and Gary talking about going to Texas. We were where you guys were, are last year and only had a short amount of time to kind of get things going. And, all of our, our dance coordinator, our flag coordinator, the band in general, it wasn't a lot of time to say, oh my God, we got to go back and fix this. It had to be right. So, we were able to put on the best performance possible. But again, just building the relationships with your, your section leaders early on so you can kind of, just build up from there.
Sidebar, Vedette. Man, I'm mad y'all not coming down this year.
I know. I was hoping. I was like, oh boy.
Man,
Maybe next time.
Oh my gosh. I was
definitely
just
wanted to be there.
Gary, not that I don't love y'all. I love y'all.
Now,
But
some of us may be there to support, not the whole legion, but
we don't
definitely
want your
wanted to be
support. We
there.
want to
I
blow
know,
y'all
right?
to the wall.
Oh,
Oh, shots fired.
see now,
Bang.
I don't know about all of that. We're
Bang, bang.
family,
Bang,
but
bang. I guess you had to make that fun. I mean, bang, bang. But now don't bang, bang up here and y'all
right.
don't, don't do that. I'll
It's
come back and
all
remind you.
love.
I'll remind
It's
you, my blood.
all love.
You already
Yes.
know, Gary, between
Yeah.
Yes.
you and Tiffany and TJ and Lawhorn, boy, come on.
Listen, I know one thing that I'm going to be in search of this year because I did not get it. I got to get me a good meal because last year the food won't give what it's supposed to have gave. Not in the city. It was and Vedette knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But like I gotta go because I didn't go. At that point in
Absolutely.
time last year, Houston was a very hot spot for COVID. Probably still is, but we were trying to be as safe as possible. So I just stayed within that bubble. I didn't venture out and go out
Yeah.
and like that because trying to be safe.
Yeah.
But this year now I'm going to get me some food. I got tired of I don't want no turkey leg and all that. People was running to the turkey leg hut. Been there,
No,
done
please don't do
but
that.
no, I don't want that. But I
Yeah.
want something different. And so I'm just ready for that. It's crazy now that we look on it. And I'm like, dang, we're here at band camp. It's like, it's here. And it's like,
Here.
and I'm like, I'm not excited. This is season 20 for me. And I'm
Yeah.
just like,
Yeah. And and you said it earlier, we have 32 days. That's it. It's going to go by so fast.
Yeah.
It's going to go by so fast. And the thing that kills me is after that first event and we start our season is like this. And before you know it, it'll be Thanksgiving. Before you know it. So I'm really hoping that this COVID surge slows down, a little bit because it feels like 2020 all over again.
Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah.
Well, our first home game is homecoming.
Really?
Yes, that's our first home game.
That sucks.
wow.
Yeah. October 1st is our first home game.
Right.
So I'm kind of glad in a way because it gives us a lot of time to just get it together.
Yeah.
Because we got our first big game is in Ohio. So we're playing some Central State in Canton, Ohio. So that's a lot of pressure too.
I want to go back to the point that we were making about the relationship with the captains. Have any of you ever had to dismiss a captain before the season starts?
No.
On high school, yes.
High school?
Mm-hmm. I kicked out a whole team before the season started and started from scratch.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yes.
No,
Not before the season started. No, there was just a couple of how can I say, house cleaning that
Ooh,
need to be done, for
yeah.
lack of better words right now, but not before the season.
No.
Me,
Yeah.
I had a
Not
captain who saw the handwriting on the wall, and by the time we got to maybe the second to last game, she just kind of, said she was done, and it was rightfully so. Yeah, there was an egregious action.
Oh my gosh.
no for me. I just make sure I don't pick the wrong person from the beginning, so I won't have that problem.
Yeah.
See, but look, I'm having, sometimes what seems one way,
Mm-hmm.
and then when you get them in practice and it's not turning out the way that you need it to turn out, and it's like you have to make a decision right then and there. You have to make a decision. Okay, do I have it in me to mentor and watch this person and mentor this person to the light, to the right path, or do I cut my losses and get rid of them before they do more damage to the team? And I mean, I don't know if anybody, you guys are saying that y'all haven't dealt with that, but
No, I haven't.
yeah.
When I was a coordinator, you still have to have those courageous conversations with them, because
Mhm.
they're still learning. They're still trying to figure out, okay, I know I'm the captain or the section leader, but I have to be the captain now. I'm not able to be friends with, my best girlfriend who's on in the section right now. So they're still trying to learn that aspect of separating themselves from their leadership role and what needs to be done. That's been directed by the band director, coordinator, drum major, whomever, to make sure the business of the section is taken care of, as opposed to, oh, I'm going to make sure that my friends, are on the right side of the field, or that they're doing, whatever part for the routine. So just, having those courageous conversations with them to say, hey, after practice is over, you can do whatever you want to do, but right now, we got to take care of business.
Now, band camp exposes just about anybody. The pressure, getting up at 4:00 in the morning alone is going to tell you the character of the people in your band. and sometimes it's not the captains, but sometimes it's people that are in your ranks that you have to pull to the side and say, you know what, I don't think this is for you.
Yeah.
That you already know about the 4 a.m. gig. You already know. It has not changed. It is the same here as it was there.
Right. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So, yeah, I mean, but there's other things too. It's a lot. What I find interesting is that now we have some members that don't understand, or they are not mindful of the structure and the discipline of marching band that it takes. And so they get here, and the first thing they do is they talk about all this other stuff they got to do. I gotta go here, I gotta go there, and I can't because my grandmama, and I gotta do this and that. And you say, well, do you want to be in the band? And sometimes those are questions that you have to ask, because, and it's even, with dancers and color guard, it's a lot of work. It is a lot of work. We work our bodies in most cases more than the band members do.
Yes, in all cases, just about.
Yeah.
Constantly. Yes.
And some people can't get with it. Like, they get here and they realize, wow, I didn't think it was going to be like this on the collegiate level, or maybe.
Uh-oh. She froze up. Or is it me?
That training I'm looking for, the collegiate level. Oh, no.
Just kind of going in and out a little bit
Okay.
there.
Am I back?
But
You're back.
Okay.
Yes, you're back.
Yeah. Sometimes that movement from the high school to the to the collegiate level just doesn't translate.
Well, that goes back to, like Vidette said, having that conversation, not just with the captain, but with the team members. And I always tell my girls, this is a labor intensive job, and it's going to wreak havoc on your body. Now, how you prepare yourself for that is very important. So I give them tips and exercises for flexibility, and that's stuff you got to work on your own. I said, because what's going to happen is if you don't do these things, when you go out there, like I had one member one year, she went out, she only danced one field show, and she didn't even finish that because she tore her ACL.
Oh man.
Yeah. So she was finished for the season. And I tell that story all the time about how important it is to condition yourself.
Yeah.
And so you got to have those hard and fast conversations. And I had talked to a young lady this morning. What time does band camp end? What the daily schedule? I said, we start at 5 and it's until. Yeah.
Until.
It's until school starts.
That's right.
It's until, and they need to, definitely understand that.
You say you have a question?
Yes, I have a question. How do you all deal with time management when it comes down to band camp? Like what to get a lot in a certain amount of time?
Well, we have a schedule. So
yeah, we have a schedule as well, and I know
schedule.
that it's sent out, early, and we have our I would say like maybe bi-weekly meetings as a staff. And I know for our, our dance coordinator, flag coordinator, and also our male and female flag coordinators, they're really good with, getting together with their captains and their teams to kind of carve out time that they can kind of front load a lot of the things that they want to do. Because sometimes they'll have, mini sessions with the students that are local. And work with them, but the majority of the time the schedule was already sent out, and we're kind of just going through it with Miss Sanders and Mr. Bethea. So
yeah, we have a schedule, and it's it's a rigorous. It is a rigorous schedule, and for the most part, unless something out of the ordinary happens, we keep to that schedule. As much as we can. But Gary, you were saying y'all don't have a schedule?
No, I said we do have a schedule. No,
oh, y'all do? I was about to say, how in the world?
Yeah, wrong band, baby. We got a schedule. Kenneth Buck is not gonna play not having a schedule. We have a schedule.
Right. The schedule is like the Bible for us. What's the itinerary say? What is it? What does it say? The only time that, that just like Sean says, we kind of go outside of that schedule is if they're moving into camp, into their dorms, or they have that, we carve out enough time for them. Mr. Bethea is really good about carving enough time for them to go out to take care of their financial business. But as soon as that's over, because we know that the office is closed at 5, you should be back in the band room, ready for rehearsal. But it's definitely a daily schedule in place.
Same here.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Is that what you meant, Kat, about, maintaining what goes on day to day?
Yeah, I mean, we have a schedule too, but you know how some coaches, they don't know how to, even though they have a schedule, they just don't know how to manage their time with their team. So that's what I was asking.
Yeah, we have to keep to a schedule, and especially for me, because I'm over 3 different units. So, otherwise I'm running around like a chicken with my head cut off because, just trying to keep everybody in line. I have clinicians that come in for the Foxes. So that helps us, helps to keep us on schedule as well. So they can only be here at certain times. So yeah, we pretty much keep to a schedule as much as we can. You have to at this level.
Yes. And are you also asking about, because I guess I'm hearing 2 different things. Are you asking about like the content within that schedule, like organizing the content within the time frame of the schedule, or you just asking specifically about the time?
Yes, both, because some coaches, they spend more time on stands and not spend more time on field show. So I guess to help them out, how do you all balance on the collegiate level, as far as what I guess what's important to you? I know everything is because you got to look good in the stands, and you also have to look good on the field.
Mhm.
So,
Well,
just to help them out to help.
Well, I have an itinerary. Although we have a band schedule that's put together by the band director, I have an itinerary of activities that I expect the captain to implement for the team. So, there's your conditioning, your stretching, your cardio, and then we allot a certain amount of time for stands. And, you may go to lunch and come back from lunch and we're working on something else. And then, she and I will get together while I have well, I don't have a co-captain, but the co-captain will normally work with the girls while she and I are talking about the field show routine. So,
Mhm.
and what songs, but I have a daily itinerary that she's required to follow.
Mhm. And yeah, my schedule usually starts the day we go outside with the band. So we've got,
Mhm.
physical training and all of that. And
Yeah.
so since we're kind of in that mode of physical training, then we continue on with stretching and conditioning. And then we move on to basic skills and technique.
Mhm.
So we do technique in the morning right after we've come from outside. So their bodies are nice and warm. And so
Mhm.
we go into technique after that. The middle of the day is set aside for choreography. And then the evening is when we work on stand routines and, school songs and marches and all that stuff, because our facility where we rehearse shuts down at dinner time. So after dinner, we need to be able to rehearse something that's not going to require us to be rolling all over the ground and all that. So we work on stand routines and stuff in the evening. So yeah, that you try and break it down. You definitely want to some people don't want to do physical training every day because it's too hard on their bodies, or some people don't want to do technique every day because it's too hard on their bodies. So they may vary that schedule so that you're kind of saving their bodies a little bit and not over exerting them so that you can protect them from injury. So you might want to consider, and us, we do it every day. But it really just depends on your team. You may not want to do that. So you may want to do technique on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and then on Tuesday and Thursday, you may want to work on something else. Also, it's really important, I think, to schedule in bonding and get
Yeah.
to know you type stuff and things where they're not spinning, they're not twirling, they're not dancing, but they're bonding as a team and they're doing things. So we will have the makeup seminar, we'll have the hair seminar, and then they'll have like games and stuff that they do so that they'll be able to kind of bond more as a team. So those are also things that you can use to break up your day and you know kind of help keep their bodies in line.
Yes, everything that everyone said, in addition to, and you have to, just know, your squad or your section, if you will. And oftentimes, the more challenging routines or maneuvers, you might want to front load that in the beginning so you can kind of, because most of the stuff, that they come in with, depending on what their level of expertise is, with the basics, you kind of, you roll through that. But when it's more of the difficult routines or maneuvers that you really want to kind of hone in on, you probably want to, front load that in the beginning of your schedule while you're working through the bonding and, of course, the exercises with the band and all that. But that's some things that, might help you out too as well.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. Absolutely. All good ideas.
Yeah, well, I mean, we definitely now it's at this point of what do we do when we go from, you already in band camp, y'all are in band camp, some of you, and I start band camp Wednesday. And I've been doing high school camps already, so it's like I've been doing a lot. I've been doing a lot of guard choreography.
Yeah.
Someone not been didn't want to, wasn't trying to,
Right.
I'm out of the choreography. I'm into the 5, 6, 7, 8 clean phase now. Like I hire the younger people to do it because that's a whole thing. But just trying to jump back into that and getting ready.
Yeah,
I hope everybody has a great season though.
yeah,
And bouncing through that and stay
Yeah,
safe. Stay safe this season.
yeah.
absolutely.
COVID is still out. I hate to watch these videos all the time and people still act like we're not in a pandemic and
I
COVID
know.
is still out.
I
Hmm.
know.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Still,
that's
still got to protect your squads. You still got to protect your band and making sure that the kids are staying hydrated and listening to their bodies. Now, some people try to play on this moment and all of that, but we gotta keep everybody in your bubble safe
mm-hmm.
and safe during
Absolutely.
this time.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, y'all.
Absolutely.
COVID is still out here. It's real, but
Hmm.
it's not just COVID. It's
So other things, yeah.
Monkeypox
yeah,
Hmm.
monkeypox. These kids,
Yeah.
some of the
I'm
kids,
scared to, I'm scared for
Hmm.
people to even touch me.
yeah, but some of these, some of the kids are coming with asthma and they're coming
Yeah.
with,
Right. And this
all
walking
these other
pneumonia is
issues.
kicking
And
back up
so
too.
I
Hmm.
encourage you to, if
Yeah.
you don't have a nurse on your staff, that I encourage you to form a relationship with your health center or with someone on campus. It would be great if you are CPR certified or either certified in first aid, because this heat, don't overdo it with the heat. Don't misrepresent that heat. Make sure that everybody stays hydrated, because we just don't want to hear about any bad things happening to people because of heat stroke or heat exhaustion, asthma attacks, any of these things that typically ail our students. But with the COVID thing, COVID testing, y'all, the rapid tests are not, it seems with this variant, they're not as reliable as they were with the other variants, but it's better than nothing. There's testing, there's, your mask, there's, when you're inside, be aware of your spacing with people. It's a little different when you're outside, but then it's also hot outside. So there's all these things you have to really think about this summer. And I just want everybody, like Gary says, I just want everybody to stay safe. Yeah.
And have fun. Stay safe, have fun. Make sure you hydrate the night before. Not
Right.
just the morning. Hydrate the night before so you can have some
Mhm.
good fluids in your system to do what you need to do. So
Absolutely.
definitely stay safe.
And electrolytes and also too a thing that helps. I mean, liquid
Right.
IV helps because when you put that in water, that's like 3 bottles of water.
Yes,
Hmm.
it is.
Hmm.
It
Just
does. You
Hmm.
can get it from
staying hydrated.
CVS. I
Or
keep them
water.
on deck.
What's
Yeah.
it called? What's it called?
Liquid
It's
IV.
yes,
Liquid? Okay, I'm gonna write that down.
and you
Liquid
can
IV.
get it from
IV.
you can actually get it from CVS. I keep them
You can get it from CVS. You can get they sell it at Walmart.
right. Walmart. Yes,
Like all of it.
So
So
what's in it? What's in it?
what
It's
does it
like
do?
so
it's
basically
like some powder.
it's like a Crystal Light pack, but it's
Yes,
electrolytes. It's electrolyte. So one pack is equivalent to drinking 3 bottles of water.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
cool.
So I
Okay.
mean, sadly, I don't say like I mean it's a lot of people use it who are hangover people, but
Right.
it is good for hydration. But
Well, they
Yes,
would
it is.
need it.
yes, they would. And so,
Yeah.
but it's good for hydration. Like even when you're sick and stuff like that, that gets you hydrated back for people who suffer from like, dehydration problems and stuff like that. That
Mhm.
one
Yeah.
Yes,
bottle assures you 3 bottles of water and, you
yes.
get a nice pack and you can buy them by the big pack where they sell them like in the big mega bag as well. And they have different flavors.
They
Okay.
do, and it's really good. It helps out with cramps. If you have cramps, like
Mm.
anything, it helps out. It really,
I
really
need to
works.
get that for me.
Liquid IV.
Yeah.
Yes.
Liquid IV. I'm going to
Yeah.
remember that. I'm
I'm
definitely
going to
going
look for that tomorrow because I need that for me.
I got my
I
mama
know, right?
my mother, like she like I told her about it, she was like dehydrated. I said, and my dad was going out to get her some stuff. I said, well, get her some liquid IV. And she said, boy, you done put me onto something. She said that helps me out, like keeps me hydrated. Because everybody's not like big water drinkers,
Right.
anything like that. My mama is a Pepsi Cola girl. Like
Yeah.
she drinks water, but she's a coffee drinker. She drink Pepsi, but she does
Right.
drink water. But that ensures that she's getting in her water as well. And so that's
Mhm.
just something that can help out during camp, in this heat exhaustion, all of this, because we're going to be out in the heat. It's crazy. We have to prepare camp in heat to be durable for it to go perform our first performance in air conditioning.
Right.
Mhm.
But
That's
hey,
crazy. Yeah.
yeah, it is what it is. It
It is
is
what it
what
is.
we do. Well, I just want to thank you guys. I want to acknowledge that Bridget joined us too. I think she had something going on. But Bridget, any final parting words for us?
Everybody have a great season. I'm looking for great clips on the internet of everybody
Yes.
wiggling around and bringing everything we talked about to light, and just adding what we do more flair to the band.
Awesome. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Well, guys, this is our last mini cast of the summer. But please, we encourage everyone to keep following us on all of our social media platforms. We will have some news for you up and coming about what we've got going on in regards to our yearly conference. We're if there's other things, I might be planning something here on the west side of the world in the Houston, Dallas area. So we'll keep you posted on that. But I just want to thank my board members. I appreciate y'all so much, and couldn't do this without you. And so yeah, we'll be talking real soon. So you guys have a great evening. And we'll see you at our next event.
All right. Have a great day and night.